Faces of ambition, inside the heart of Y&R's Emmy spotlight. They gather in a quiet corner of the studio lot, a soft hum of footsteps, distant echoes of crew calls, the faint scent of coffee and makeup. For women, each of them a leading presence in The Young and the Restless, take their seats for a conversation that is equal parts celebration, reckoning, and reflection. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel. It's Emmy season and the stakes are high. The nominees: Eileen Davidson, Ashley Abbott, Sharon Case, Sharon Newman, Melissa Claire Egan, Chelsea Lawson, Michelle Stafford, Phyllis Newman. All four have been nominated in the lead actress category at the upcoming 52nd Annual Daytime Emmy Awards. They face a dual reality. On one hand, they must compete. On the other, they share a bond forged by years of battling, evolving, and enduring in the same arena. What does it mean to sit across from your peers, your friends, your rivals, and talk about what lies ahead? The gathering, women, stories, legacy. The conversation opens gently. Sharon Case leans forward, her voice warm and reflective. It's a very, very strong year. All 6 actresses, we all have big storylines, and we're all strong actresses. It's a competitive category. She pauses, a moment of gravity. It makes being nominated all that really matters, because that's the prize right there. It's a revealing statement. In this industry, the win is glamorous, but the nod, the recognition, is its own kind of gold. Eileen Davidson nods in agreement, her expression steady. With her past wins 2014, 2018, she comes into this year's competition with a clear-eyed view of what it means to be considered among the elite. These are the best of the best. It's such an honor. She doesn't mince words, she admires her fellow nominees. In doing so, she acknowledges what often gets buried in narratives of competition, that respect, camaraderie, and mutual admiration can coexist with rivalry. Melissa Claire Egan, whose first nomination came in 2009, reflects on her journey. The first year I was nominated, I brought my parents. I'm excited, because they love this stuff, so that'll be fun. Her words carry a simple, human truth. Behind every performance is a real person with family, dreams, nerves, and heart. The Emmys, to her, are not just professional validation, they are a moment shared with loved ones. Michelle Stafford, reigning lead actress winner, brings a layer of tradition to the table. She hosts a luncheon for her fellow nominees each year, a ritual rooted in generosity. She describes how it began. Susan Flannery paid the bill without us knowing it. Whoever wins tomorrow, you're paying next year. The humor and ritual in that anecdote reveal a deeper purpose. This isn't forced camaraderie. It's built out of real respect and shared experience in a field that demands vulnerability. Past Emmys, present pressure. As the talk turns to memorable Emmy moments, the women trade stories that interweave the personal and the professional. For Davidson, one standout night includes descending the grandeur of Radio City Music Hall. She recalls the swirl of lights, the crowd, and the gravity of presence in that moment. Melissa Egan speaks of her first nomination in 2009, her parents, the audience. She chronicles the milestones that followed, each emotional in its own way. Sharon Case remembers her own daytime Emmy win in 1999. That moment is etched not just in memory, but in identity, a marker of what she could achieve. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel. Michelle Stafford, in her turn, speaks of the luncheon tradition and how it began over drinks, laughter, and a pay-it-forward spirit. These stories are more than anecdotes. They are the scaffolding of years of ambition, expectation, threshold, and pride. They remind us that success in daytime drama is not a singular night. It is measured in decades of resilience, auditions, rejections, storyline arcs, character turns, the daily grind of shooting scenes, emotional demands, fan responses, and industry politics. Between camaraderie and competition. One of the compelling tensions in the interview is this: how do you balance being friends, colleagues, and competitors? They acknowledge it candidly. Sharon, it's competitive. It always is, so it makes us all feel all the more just grateful and honored. Being nominated, all that really matters. Eileen, I love them all so much. so it's gonna be a big party. Melissa and Michelle nod, laugh, and lean in. They refuse to pretend that the Emmy statue doesn't matter. But they also refuse to pretend that the relationships don't matter. Underneath the sheen of award ceremonies lies a deeper truth. Each of them carries fear, hope, self-doubt, and pride. The other nominees are shortcuts to empathy. They know the long days, the emotional wear, the pressure to deliver. Because in the quiet aftermath of the red carpet, the camera's down, the applause faded, what remains is work and the women who walk that path. Behind the scenes, what the viewers don't see. The women turn to lesser-known aspects of award nights, the backstage, the stress, the unexpected moments. What viewers don't see: nerves backstage, the last-minute wardrobe adjustments, the internal pep talks, the logistical chaos of coordinating arrival times, hair and makeup delays, last-minute changes to speeches. They laugh recalling the small disasters and triumphs. Melissa, 1 year, she remembers adjusting her dress at the last minute, running through the halls, heart pounding. Sharon, she recalls waiting in the green room, trying to stay calm while listening to her name potentially being called. Eileen, she speaks of the moment after the win, when the adrenaline fades and you try to anchor yourself in what has just happened. Michelle, she shares moments from the luncheons, the conversations, the solidarity, the ritual of shared meals that somehow ease the tension of the stage. These moments, invisible to the camera, are the texture behind the glitter. The weight of expectation and possibility. Throughout the conversation, a subtle undercurrent emerges, the weight of expectation. They discuss how fans, networks, critics, and even themselves hold them to high standards. Each year, the story arcs have to be compelling, the performances memorable. The soap opera world is notoriously unforgiving. To stay relevant, the actors evolve with their characters, sometimes pushing boundaries, sometimes going back to baseline, always staying real. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel. Yet expectation also gives rise to possibility. The Emmy nomination validates risk. New storylines, daring emotional arcs, deeper character work, all become possible when there's recognition. A nomination opens doors, renewed visibility, prestige, momentum. They don't ignore the flip side, the fear of stagnation, of typecasting, of losing resonance. But the discussion never stays there long. They lean toward gratitude, purpose, and the future. Being nominated, all that really matters, Sharon had said. That is perhaps the quietest and most radical truth in this conversation. In a world defined by wins and losses, the celebration of recognition itself becomes an act of endurance, self-care, and affirmation. Portraits in contrast. Each actress brings a distinct energy to the table. As they speak, the contours of their journeys emerge. Eileen Davidson, the veteran, the steady force, the one whose name is synonymous with measured excellence. She carries her accolades not as weight, but as earned markers. She speaks of the craft matter-of-factly. These are the best of the best, with humility and clarity. Sharon Case, the thoughtful anchor, the one who bridges competition and community. Her phrasing, competitive but grateful, captures the duality of ambition. Her voice is warm, introspective, yet resolute. Melissa Claire Egan, the emotional heart of the group, who brings in her personal narrative, family, first noms, the pride of sharing the moment with loved ones. Her voice is resonant with the path walked, the leap taken. Michelle Stafford, the elder stateswoman of the lunch tradition, the connector, the one who remembers where this all began. She weaves in history and ritual. She laughs, nods, remembers. Together, they form a mosaic of ambition, artistry, respect, and resilience. The day is coming. They glance at the calendar. The 52nd Daytime Emmys, Friday, October 17th, streaming. In the weeks ahead, rehearsals, dress fittings, speeches, nerves, and festivities. But more than that, the chance to be recognized, to be honored, to stand among equals, to see their work affirmed. Yet they resist placing too much on the outcome. They are rooted in the moment, in the dialogue, in the mutual witness. Because whatever happens, they have seen themselves in each other. They have shared stories, fears, celebrations. The nomination is not just a gateway to the stage, it is a mirror, reflecting how far each has come, what remains to be done, and what is possible. Epilogue. After the spotlight. What happens after the stage lights each take and the cameras fade? They will return to the scripts, the storylines, the emotional sweeps. The show must go on. But this conversation lingers. They will carry this moment forward, how it felt to sit together, speak openly, lean into competition without losing humanity. They will whisper to themselves on camera days, I am here. I am seen. And perhaps, in the ceremony's quiet aftermath, whether they walk away with a statuette or not, they will feel something deeper, the affirmation that their craft mattered, their peers valued them, and their stories reached others. In that, there is dignity. In that, there is legacy. Subscribe the channel to get such videos.